10 years after its initial release, it is finally happening. Guild Wars 2 is coming to Steam on August 23rd. It's been a full decade, and I am 100% sure there are some of you out there who are looking to get back into Guild Wars 2 or trying it for the first time with its release on Steam. That's exactly why I'm making this video. I want to get you up to speed not just with the different expansions, but also tell you what the living world is and how the game has changed over the years. There even were some significant improvements to the new player experience over the last few months that are certainly going to help you all out. Now, that's a lot of topics, I get it, but I want this to be a one-stop shop for your Guild Wars 2 coming to Steam information. So if you just want to skip to a specific part of the video, there are chapters on the timeline and in the description. If you end up liking the video, then please drop a like and click the subscribe button to let me know that you want to see more content like this in the future. Now that all the formalities are done, let's dive into it. Maybe we should start with the bad or less appealing news first. Many players have many friends on Steam and want to show off their achievements and playtime of certain games on Steam. Sadly, this is not going to be the case with Guild Wars 2, at least not if you are a current or returning player. With Guild Wars 2 releasing on Steam, it will not be possible to link your existing Guild Wars 2 account with your Steam account, which is certainly a bummer. This doesn't mean Steam players will play on their own servers though. Steam players and existing players will all be able to play together in-game, so the only limitation is really whether you have to remember your login to Guild Wars 2 or simply be able to click play in Steam. Let's talk a bit about what you are all probably thinking about, what to buy and what not to buy. Guild Wars 2 is free to play, so that should definitely be your first option if you ask me. There are some limitations when playing for free, but I would call this an infinite trial of the core game, which is quite a lot of content, including the endgame dungeon style content, Fractals. Okay, limitations is a dangerous word, but it's not particularly bad in this case. Being free to play will limit your access to the trading post and the in-game chat, while also giving you 2 character slots on a new account as opposed to a paid account that gives you 5 character slots. I have left a link in the description with a comparison of the free to play versus paid accounts if you want a few more details on the topic. The best way to start the game will be to play for free until you reach max level and decide if paying for the game is something for you. You don't pay anything up front, you get to try the game, and if you like it, you can choose to hand over that sweet cash. Maybe you will go with my free-to-play strategy, or maybe you just want to buy the expansion straight away. But what do you actually get, and what is the living world? Expansions are major packs of content that are set in new regions of the world, expanding on the story, and they each come with 4 entirely new maps. There is also a new elite specialization for each profession with each new expansion. These are subclasses that build on the existing profession to add more options on how you can play each profession. This includes giving access to a new weapon, new traits, and an entirely new skill type. Expansions also give access to masteries. Masteries allow you to unlock account-wide upgrades. These come in the form of everything from getting access to special vendors all the way to unlocking mounts. And trust me, you want to unlock the mounts. Currently, there are 3 expansions: Heart of Thorns, Path of Fire, and End of Dragons. The first 2 are always purchased as a bundle, and the latter can either be bought by itself or in a bundle with the 2 other expansions. There is no need to purchase the base game. But what is the living world then? Guild Wars 2 is one long continuous story, and the living world is the story that fills the gaps between the stories in the expansions. These are released in the form of seasons with episodes. Each episode is free for a period of time after it comes out, but once that period expires, it becomes a DLC you can purchase with gems, the cash shop currency. This means you, as a new or returning player, probably have quite a few episodes to purchase. Why should you spend spend more on getting these Living World episodes. Because the Living World is not just new story episodes, it's also additional maps, masteries, and rewards. Especially Living World Season 4 comes with 2 entirely new mounts, the Roller Beetle and the Skyscale. The Skyscale is probably the most versatile mount in the entire game. My recommendation is also to buy all the Living World seasons. Luckily, you can buy seasons 2 through 5 as one single bundle on Steam. How convenient. And if you're thinking, what about Season 1? Then don't worry. Season 1 is currently being re-released since it was originally temporary content. And when it's fully out, then the season will stay completely free forever. I think Guild Wars 2 has one of the best combat systems out there, but it certainly wasn't being utilized properly when the game came out in 2012, which left a lot of players wanting more, but the content just wasn't there yet. Now, on the other hand, is a completely different story. 10 years have passed and the amount of content in the game is a lot more plentiful, challenging, and rewarding. Back then, dungeons were the PvE endgame content, but if I say Guild Wars 2 has raids now, do I need to say anything else? Sure, there's been a lack of raids lately, but instead we have seen a new form of single encounter 10-man instance content, which is strike missions. Strike missions are the current bread and butter of PvE endgame content in Guild Wars 2. The cool thing about strikes is that they are built around regular story content. That means anyone can enjoy the lore that comes from these encounters. First, you encounter the boss in an easy version during the story, and after that, you can take it on as a strike mission. Here, the boss will have more health and usually a few more mechanics. If you're the person craving raids, then there are also challenge modes for every strike mission that came in the latest expansion, End of Dragons. A challenge mode is also something you'll find in raids and some fractals. They are, well, challenging, usually in the form of making the boss tankier, have it hit much harder, force you to do the mechanics as well as possible, otherwise you wipe. Some even have a few more mechanics on top as well. But enough about PvE Endgame. What else has changed in the game? It has gotten a lot more convenient to be a player. Yes, the convenient MMO is now more convenient. Over the years, more things were made account bound. Everything from world versus world ranks to endgame gear in the form of Ascended and Legendaries. You can literally move your Ascended gear between characters if you cannot yet afford another weapon, trinket, or armor. Legendaries, you don't even have to move any longer. They have added the Legendary Armory, which stores every unlocked legendary on your account, and it shows up directly with all the gear from your inventory, making it easy to equip. You can also right-click your legendary gear to quickly change its stats, so you can really min-max your entire build. Legendaries are the ultimate endgame goal, and in the community, we call it purple in every hole. Achieving it will cost you thousands of gold and thousands of hours, but it is worth it. In the end, every character will be able to quickly set up a new build with the right stats, truly allowing you to become a full-on altaholic. For those of you who played back at launch, then you might remember the nickname that Guild Wars 2 got itself, Inventory Wars. Notorious for filling your inventory faster than you can imagine and forcing you to spend hours clearing it out. Nowadays, we have unidentified gear, which will nicely stack in your inventory. And should you end up with a lot of things to salvage, then you can simply right-click any salvage kit and choose Salvage All. This brings up a screen where you can see what is about to be salvaged, and then you just click Accept. It's that easy. Now, if you are completely new or just never played the expansions, then one of the latest updates to the game is going to make it much more convenient for you while you level. If you buy one of the expansions, then you will automatically unlock the basic Raptor mount once you reach level 10 for the first time. If you're just playing for free, then you will get a 10-hour trial of this mount. Getting the mount early on is going to make the traversal of the game much smoother. Among certain players, it was even a recommendation for quite a while to use a level 80 boost in order to play the first part of the Path of Fire story, for you to unlock your Raptor mount before going back to the core story, which is honestly quite backward. So I'm happy for all of you new players getting to simply enjoy the core story and exploration without being overleveled. My original idea for this video was also to include a huge list of tips and tricks from a game veteran like myself to a new or returning player like you. But I came to the conclusion that I think you have been bombarded with enough information this time around, so I think I might take that list and make another video. I really hope the video helped you in making a more informed purchase decision and that it has helped you figure out if Guild Wars 2 deserves a shot or maybe even a second chance for some of you out there. Thank you so much for watching.